Hey, what's going on, Archons? It's another episode of KeyThoughts, my weekly musings about the game of KeyForge, experiences, rants, all of it. Really a lot of jubilation, even. That's how this game goes. First off, I want to lead with talking about the AoA opening day tournament, which is happening on Saturday, February 6th, in a couple days. There is a link in the description below which has the Challonge sign up. And for those of you who are not aware, it is 3 AoA decks that have not been played or are lost in the collection. And you're basically playing a triad-like format in the sense that you have 3 decks, no banning process. You must win with 2 of the 3 decks. If you lose a round, you may swap out one of your decks and play another one. And the idea is to just show some love to your AoA and get to play as many decks or get to know 3 decks really well. So the idea is just, show some AoA love. A lot of people bought new decks with crazy sales. A lot of people have decks, I think, in their collection that haven't gotten to really see the field that much. So this is giving that opportunity. And I really like the triad format. And if you win with a deck, you cannot play it again in that round. So that's what it is. More information on the challenge link. So please go there and sign up. It is taking part at 9 a.m. on February 6th, Saturday Pacific, 12 Eastern, and 5 GMT. So please go check that out and please sign up. It's just for fun. And so if you want to partake and play some KeyForge and hang out, I think I may even do a special stream for that. So it'd be nice to have some people participating. And if they're not, maybe watching. On to today's topic. So last week I kind of went off a little bit and how much I was annoyed by AoA. And funny story is the deck that caused me to have that rant, I got to play on stream the other day. And it wasn't that bad, actually. I feel unjustified in my thoughts and my exclamations of outrage at some of the things that exist within AoA. I had so much fun playing the deck, and the weird thing is I cannot remember if I won or lost because things were going well, but it may have been a close game that I lost. I really can't remember. The good news is, I think I did lose. But the thing that's funny is I can't remember if I won or lost. Won or lost? Yeah, won or lost. But I do remember, and the memory that sticks with me is I had fun. I had fun playing the deck. And I think that's actually more important than winning or losing is the memory of, was it fun? Because if you have that memory attached to something that this was a lot of fun doing it, the outcome is irrelevant because I wasn't playing a tournament. I was just jamming a game. And that let me know that, that deck has value in the sense that it does have some tricks and some shenanigans and things that I enjoy when playing KeyForge within it. So that makes me really enjoy that deck and have a kind of a different perspective on it. I think also the fact that I was so outraged by the deck and had such a negative thought process towards it, and then when actually testing it, had a positive outcome, I think that actually says a lot for the deck. It makes me kind of lean towards the might have a special place in my heart to jam every now and then, but who knows. So that's what I wanted to talk about today was it's not about winning or losing, it's about having fun. And I know that is the most cliche statement ever, and it sounds like something that a loser would say, but I think it's actually very important in the realm of KeyForge in non-competitive play. When you're playing competitively, it's a totally different animal. But when you're playing in a more fun, like let's just jam a game, let's see what's what, remember that statement. Because you can still lose and have a great time, and that is what you want to have happen. You don't want to lose and not have a good time, and there's varying factors that could be as a result of that. It could be the deck is just not fun to play. But if you have a fun deck and you still win or even lose, then that's still a valuable experience. And so that's what I wanted to talk about today, is just that concept. Obviously in competitive play, you can not have fun and win, and you can also have fun and lose. Those all exist. I have some decks that I will play competitively that will only come out competitively because they are not fun to play for various reasons. It can be actually the fact that they're very cerebral decks where I need to really focus and think and do some 3D chess type things with the deck to really get myself roaring and doing some really disruptive, like oppressive things. And I do have decks like that I won't play in a casual setting because it's just not the place for a deck like that. Obviously, it will get play in casual sort of things because you're testing and whatnot, but I hold decks like that in a different category than the rest. I found that because I'm not playing IRL tournaments, which is my main form of competitive play, like even if I'm playing an online tournament, I still don't view it in the same way. It's for me, KeyForge is an IRL competitive game. Like that's how I want to do my main competition. Obviously as well, it has a social component. But when I'm not, I'm just wanting to play things that are fun. I want to know what's fun for me. I want to feel good playing it, win or lose, because that is my mentality with this right now. Obviously, creating more content since the pandemic happened has really made me have a different perspective, because I'm not just playing from this perspective of wanting to win all the time. I'm playing from the perspective of gaining different levels and forms of experience, which allow me to then have a conversation on my different platforms and discuss different things, and just kind of have different musings about the game of KeyForge, because this game, it has depth, like so much depth. I don't see how it's really going to fail. I know a lot of people think the sky is falling, but I just learn more and more and see more and more about this game. And I think it's kind of hard for some people to wrap their head around the concept of learning something. It's like you're studying a deck, you're figuring the ins and outs, because so many games in the past have not really had that. Like, they're all a building process, and then you're testing and discovering from your own creation, where this is it's already created and you have to unlock its secrets. And that's such a unique thing about KeyForge that I love. I realize it's the component about the game I love the most is I love deck building, like, don't get me wrong, but I'm not good at it. And all the games that require deck building require time for testing, and then they also require the actual tweaking and going through it back and forth. So the actual enjoyment of the deck itself and what it does is a process. And a lot of people don't have the patience for that, so they just find a deck that's good online, see how it's played, and go from there. And unfortunately, I have fallen into that because I do like Marvel Champions, and I love building decks with that. But now I find that the testing process of building decks and the amount of times I'm playing Marvel Champions is less. So therefore, I'd rather just find a deck with a nice description of how you play it, and then get into it and really get to enjoy the mechanics of the game and the flavor each hero has to offer when playing with a different aspect. And that's something that I'm thinking about now in all my games. Like, since I'm not spending as much time playing games, when I am, I'm very choosy about how and why I'm playing. So that is something I thought about. And KeyForge does provide that discovery when you play a game. It's that aha moment, and oh, that's cool, I've never seen this before. Or, oh, because my opponent has these cards, it now allows me to do this thing with this deck, which I couldn't do unless those cards were present on the board at the time of this coming to my hand. So that is something that I love about KeyForge. I feel like this was a rabbit hole thing that just went on a tangent, but that's what KeyThoughts are. They're my thoughts. As I speak, they come, and I will share them with you. So I think that's going to do it for today. Yeah, that was a fun little rant in a more positive way, and I really enjoyed that digression of dialogue there. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it as well. And again, please check out in the comments the AoA opening day tournament, and sign up. I would love to see some of you there and see what AoA you have there. It's just for fun. We're going on the honor system if you haven't played the decks before. If you've played maybe one game with it, like, that might be okay. I know I have decks that I've opened on stream where I have been playing it once. So depending on what happens, I may just use some of those if I think they might be fun to play. But anything I've played more than once, I'm probably not going to play. So ideally, I'm going to try and find 3 decks I've never played. But yeah, I really hope to see you there. You can reach out if you have any questions, message in the comments. You can find me on Twitter, Boulevard Blake. My Twitch is Boulevard Blake. Here's Boulevard Paper Fight. And yeah, please do like and subscribe. And as always, may your armor never be stolen and your keys forged properly. Have a good one.